I've moved into my third business, I suppose, or my third career. I'm now designing jewelry that is inspired by the brain and the beauty and the exquisite nature of the brain. And this is why I've done this, and this is my story. When I was 19, I was at university. I was studying biological sciences with minor in chemistry. Sorry. I got the call that my dad was diagnosed with brain cancer. I think the hardest part for me was watching my dad's personality, his loving, his caring, his nurturing of me. It just disappeared. The brain took that away from him. And he was so proud of me because I was the first one of my whole clan that ever went to university, and he was so proud of me. And then to lose him, and then he actually died. I graduated, and he never saw me graduate. He died before I graduated. And I really didn't understand why it had taken him away like that. It's like, what happened to him? And I think that basically compelled me to study neuroscience. So I did a PhD in neuroscience at the National Institute for Medical Research in London. And I was given the opportunity at that time, a long time ago, to actually work with these group of amazing neuroscientists who are actually at the cusp and generating data that was going to support the whole idea that the brain is actually plastic, that the brain is malleable, that the brain is open to healing and repair. And my research, working with these other neuroscientists, actually was some of the pioneering work that was able to support that new understanding, because you have to understand, when they, 35 years ago, 50 years ago, they thought it was hardwired, and that once you had what you had, and that was it. Well, that's not right, that's not true, and I was able to be given that opportunity. I loved being a brain neuroscientist. It's awesome, the brain is awesome. And I got a postdoc at the University of California, San Francisco. I met a man in America, fell madly in love, and 30 years later, I'm still married to him. So I was doing my PhD, and then I came to America and did my postdoc. And then my second event was in 1995. I started to get really, really sick. I just couldn't hold anything down. And then my sight was being impaired. Then I lost my hearing. And then I lost the ability to walk. I was paralyzed. I had no way of getting anywhere except my dearest darling husband basically would carry me to the doctor's appointments, and they'd try to figure out what was going on. And without him, I'm not sure I would be up here talking the way I am now. So long story short, they actually diagnosed me with multiple sclerosis, and basically told me that I was going to be wheelchair bound, and that was it. But they had a medication that maybe could help me. So for many, many years, I stuck this medication in my thigh, like a good girl, every week, in the hope that I would at least get some recovery. Well, I actually did recover, and as you can see, I walk around in 4-inch shiny shoes. And I'm actually pretty friggin' awesome. And I think it's in part because something changed in me after injecting for 5 years, that I just didn't want to do that anymore. And actually, I wanted to stop taking the medication, clear that out, and actually have a kid. And I've been blessed with my daughter. She's 15 now, and I'm so blessed. It's been the best thing in my entire life. So the other part of it was when I had my daughter in my arms, it's like, screw this. I am no longer giving my power away to somebody else. I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to take the medication anymore. I'm done. And I haven't for 15 years, 20 years, and I'm good. So basically, yes, I have multiple sclerosis. But you know what? That doesn't define me. That's actually part of who I am. And I'm actually grateful for this because It provided me with the opportunity to look at the brain and its ability to repair and heal from a purely scientific perspective to being the patient and experiencing what happens directly when the brain goes cattywampus. And to bring those two elements together is the greatest gift, I believe. And I want to manifest that as representation of the beauty of the brain, because I'm in love with it, but also the possibility for you and the fact that nothing is set in stone. You can heal and repair things. It is possible. And I wanted to have these pieces of jewelry, this art form, to basically demonstrate that and have them as talismans of neural change for you or anybody that wants to have one, to basically just remind us that we have the power to do it for ourselves. And that's really my story. So I've now got a website, believe it or not. I've actually got that launched, and you've seen some of my jewelry, and I'm doing this. It's my name, carolineemmit.com. And it's actually going to be, it's just been launched today. So there's my story. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being open.